Hi guys, so we are back with our week 3 video, and today is kind of cool. We're going to start showing you how to take your floor plan and start adding in some three-dimensional aspects to it, like the walls and stuff like that. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to go back to the SketchUp website. So it's app.sketchup.com, or we will go to the link in the description. And then when we get to this screen, we're just going to sign in with our Google. Or if you're already signed in, it'll probably get you through it. You're going to hit your East Penn account. And when you get in, it should have your last drawing right here. So you should be able to just click on your drawing and open that drawing. There we go. So we'll click those three little dots and it'll bring us in. So here is our floor plan, and all those same controls will work. Remember, we can rotate it by pressing the middle mouse button. We can zoom in and out. We can move the screen around by pressing the middle mouse button and holding shift. But what we are going to do today is we are going to start using some of these other tools over here to adding dimension to our project. So the very most basic tool is this push-pull tool. So I'm going to click on the push-pull tool, and you can see these tools open other tools out the side. We'll get to that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose this push-pull tool, and you'll see if I come over here, it gives kind of like a speckled look. That speckled look is going to be the surface I'm working on. And what this pull tool will do is it will allow me to make shapes three-dimensional. All right, now, what we are going to do first is we are going to take our floor and just give it some thickness, like a real floor in your house would have thickness to it. So, if we look down here, when we are giving it thickness, we can drag it, or we can do like we did before and pull it out and make it a specific thickness. So I will click, start dragging it out, and I'm just going to make our floor 12 inches thick. So that's going to give us a nice little substantial base that we can work from. All right, so again, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my push-pull tool, click one time on my floor, start pulling it up, and then I'm going to look right down here, and I'm just going to type the number 12 with quotation marks after it and press enter, and it's going to give me my floor. So you can see how we added some depth to it. Now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to start adding walls. And what we are going to do with that is we are going to take our floor plan and use a different tool to just make a parallel path all the way around it and build some walls. So if we come over here to our push-pull tool, we'll see there are a couple different tools, and we want this bottom one here, this offset tool. And what this offset tool is going to do is it is going to allow us to make a parallel path around any shape. So I'm going to click on my offset tool. I'm going to come over here, and you'll see how it allows me to make this same square bigger or smaller. And if you had a weird shaped bedroom, like some of you in your sketches that you did a really good job on, I was able to see some of you have a bedroom that looks kind of like this shape. This will work the same way. It'll allow you to take that offset tool and make your walls. Now, what we need to do is with our base bedroom shape, we are going to come over here and we're going to go to the bottom of it. So you'll see how I rotate it around. I went to the bottom. I'm going to make sure I'm on my offset tool. I'm going to click and I'm going to drag that wall out. Now, most walls in your house are about 4.5 inches thick. So just like anything, down in the corner, we can watch these numbers. I'm going to click here, start dragging the wall out, and then I'm just going to type on my keyboard. If you watch down in this area in the lower right, I'm going to drag out, and then I'm just going to type 4.5 quotation marks and the inches. And you'll see this gives me a different surface around my whole room. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my materials at this point. I'm just going to go to my basic colors over here. So I'm going to go to my search. I'm sure there's just a colors spot over here, colors. And you're just going to pick whatever color your walls are painted. Or, and I mean, if they're not painted that color and you've always wanted your bedroom to have different color walls, you can choose any color you wanted. So I'm going to choose this color right here. And I'm just going to choose the color that I want my walls. So you can see that changed my wall color all the way around the outside. And then the last thing we need to do is we need to go back to that push-pull tool and actually make our walls the correct height. So now most walls in your house are probably 8 feet tall, but you could take a tape measure, and what you want to do is the first step, you are going to pull your wall right even with the floor. And the program will pull it up and it will actually want to snap right to that edge. Now from this point, you're going to click again and you're going to make your walls however high you want them. So I know that our walls are 8 feet tall in that room, or 96 inches. So if you measure your room and it's different, you can make them a little different, but I'm going to click again. And just as before, I'm going to watch down here in the corner. I'm going to click, start dragging up, and then I'm going to change it to 96 inches and press enter. And now I have the base for my room, okay? So what you need to do for your assignment, we went through it slow. I'm going to go through it one more time just to give you a review. We should all start at this spot. I'm going to come over here. Actually, my mistake. We're all starting at this spot, just the flat floor plan. I'm going to come over here, take my push-pull tool, and I'm going to go up 12 inches. And then I'm going to take my offset tool. I'm going to scroll to the bottom. I'm going to come outside 4.5 inches. Then I'm going to go back to my paint bucket tool. I'm going to choose the color I want. I'm going to paint this outer edge. Oops, I got to choose my color. I'm going to paint that outer edge the color I want. Then I'm going to go back to my push-pull tool. The first step, I'm going to make it even with the floor. So you can see how, once again, it snaps up and it makes itself even with the floor. And then from this point, I'm going to click again and type in whatever height walls I have in my room. So I'm going to get out my tape measure, measure the height, and measure my room. Now, this is where we are going to stop. So make sure you save it. And then what I want you to turn in is I want you to turn in 2 screenshots. I want you to turn in a screenshot like this so that I can see the inside of your room and I can see your walls. And I want you to turn in a screenshot like this so that I can see the bottom and I can see this surface right here. You have your wall color and your floor color, and it's all even on the bottom. All right, so again, it's not a tricky step. It's not a lot of steps, but you have to make sure you do it correctly so that everything builds on correctly when we go from step to step. As always, if you have any questions, you can stop into my office hours. I have office hours posted in the Google Classroom, and you can go ahead, shoot me an email or stop in my office hours, and if you have any problems, I can try to walk you through it. But this is going to be the first step in having a 3-dimensional bedroom, and then after this, we'll be able to start adding doors and furniture and stuff like that. So do this, make sure you save it, submit the screenshot down from the top so I can see the walls, submit a screenshot so I can see from the bottom, and then you're good to go. Take care.